What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Bluff guy. Hey! And we're back with another reaction stream. And today we will be reacting to Marshall D. Preach. Title of today's video is Hype. Shanks' world-breaking alliance is finally here. Oldest plan since chapter 1. Alright, before I get into what the video is potentially about, first let me start off by saying make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you guys know when I go live. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you are looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the Discord and we have the Facebook group. All of these will be in the description box below, as well as the link to the video we will be reacting to. We got Cube in the building with the let's go. Shout out to Cube. Hey man, Cube here today, early. That's what I'm talking about right here. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. You know, sometimes Cube ain't got time for us sometimes. So when he's here, you just gotta appreciate it. You know what I mean? You just gotta appreciate it. He says, I've been calling this since the summer of 2020. I mean, it just depends what this is, right? Because I guess you watched the video. I haven't watched the video yet. So I only have my speculation on what this speculation is about, right? a speculation on a speculation. So, I mean, seeing how he said, how he's saying that this pretty much been foreshadowed since chapter 1, right? Given what we got from chapter 1, which I actually haven't read the One Piece manga that early, right? So I'm only kind of assuming what chapter 1 is about. It's I'm assuming it's about Luffy meeting Shanks and Shanks giving Luffy the straw hat. I think that's what chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. But that was one of the earliest chapters. Was Shanks, Luffy meeting Shanks, and them pretty much being becoming friends or whatever you could say. Luffy as a child, and then Luffy wants to go on a journey with Shanks, but Shanks gives him the straw hat instead and encourages him to become a strong pirate. And before he gives him the straw hat back, right? That's kind of the premise of their meeting, And given the title of this video is kind of implying that we will see a world-breaking alliance. Something to do with Shanks with a world-breaking alliance. I'm going to assume that this video is about Luffy and potentially Buggy being allies with Shanks, right? And somehow Shanks have been planting the seed, right? Like he planted that seed with Luffy back in chapter 1 or 2, whichever chapter it happened in, when he gave him the straw hat and told him to become a great pirate, right? And when it comes to Buggy and Shanks just have a history with each other. They are both part of the Roger Pirates, and they have a history, right? They were pretty much friends. They were like family. We see how their kind of reunion back in Marineford and how cool they were. Like Buggy was kind of able to freely talk to Shanks however he chose, and Shanks pretty much allowed it, and people were shocked about that. Like who is this Buggy fella just talking to a Yako in such a way? So yeah, they have that history, right? They pretty much have that history. Shout out to Angel's Room, say yo, brothers in arms. Yeah, pretty much, right? They were kids together, you know what I'm saying? So they grew up with each other and they fought together. They were brothers in arms. They fought together. So yeah, they have that. They definitely have a history and have a closeness, because of that history, right? Because of them being kids on the same. I would probably say that Shanks is probably closer to Buggy than some people in his crew. I would probably say. Now, seeing how his crew at the moment, maybe not, because he's currently with them all the time, right? So, but it's like they could not see each other for so long and then see each other, and it's just like it's like how it always was, right? With Shanks and Buggy, So they just got a unique closeness. It's like you grow up with, when you grow up with your sibling. I was the only child. I don't have any brothers and sisters, so I per se don't know how that feels. I'm just saying, what I mean? It sucks, For some of y'all probably say I'm lucky. I don't know, I would probably say you guys are the lucky ones to have siblings. But same thing with them two, right? They were like siblings. They went from kids to adults. Well, I don't know adults, but maybe like teenagers, right? Before they actually split, Cube said Bluffy will be converted. What you mean converted? I'll be converted to what? What you mean? I'm confused of what I'm going to be converted to. Are you talking about this theory? I'm assuming you're talking about this theory. I'm assuming you're saying this theory is going to convert me into believing it. I guess like I'm gonna be a believer of the theory, right? That's what I'm assuming you mean. But yeah. So I don't think it's hard to accept the fact that there could be an alliance, right, between between Shanks, Luffy, and Buggy potentially. 3 of the 4 current, Yonko, according to Big News. I do use quotes, because y'all know how I feel about it, but I'm just kind of going along with as if it's the case. Angel Cube said Angel and I started our own cult. What's the name of this cult? What's the name of this cult? I'm curious. But talking about y'all started a cult. What? Angel said when it comes to Shanks, Buggy is Sunadir. Sunadir. Sunadir? I guess that's what I don't know what you mean. Shanks Buggy is Sunadir. I'm a little confused. And you said, oh, and so I guess you mean they're an alliance, right? I guess that's what you mean. So, look, I'm not against this idea that they're going to have an alliance. Like, cool, you know what I'm saying? I think it's possible. Like I said, Shanks is close with he's close with Buggy, and he's close with Luffy to a degree, right? Like he's kind of like the guy who inspired Luffy to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's possible. Now, is this something that Shanks planned since chapter 1? I don't know. I don't know if I personally believe that Shanks like planned all this and knew it was going to play into a fruition since chapter 1. But I do believe that there's a potential for a alliance, All right, so Angel said a character who act like they dislike the MC but actually care for them. You're saying like that's what Buggy is, I guess? Yeah, I think Buggy and Luffy are cool. I don't think Buggy hates Luffy. I think they became, if that's what you mean, right? If you're talking about Buggy not liking Luffy but cares for him. Yeah, I think that's a big possibility, right? Like he helped Buggy escape and pull down. Buggy has to have some level of appreciation for Luffy and respect, right? They fought together. So, whether I know Buggy might have disliked Luffy at one point, but I know Luffy has won Buggy over and won his respect, especially during the whole Impel Down arc. Same with Crocodile. I think Crocodile has a respect for Luffy as well. You know, now I'm not saying Crocodile's going to be like best friends with Luffy, but you know, I believe that he has a respect for Luffy. He's grown a respect for since they fought with each other. Cube says Tsunade pronounced is a Japanese term for a character development process that depicts a character with a personality who initially is very harsh before gradually showing a warmer side, I guess. Yeah, and for Buggy that makes sense, right? Like Buggy didn't know Luffy at one point, but then he became a you know, he grew to respect Luffy, you know. And then D. LaJoy Boy said, LOL, we expanding Blump's anime vocabulary today. I guess so, right? I guess so. I never I never considered to be the smartest person in any aspect. Be that anime, be that theories, be that whatever. Be it One Piece, anything, you know. I'm just a man with an opinion. I'm a man with an opinion. I'm gonna finish these chats and then let's get into this video. Angel said no. I mean, he acts like he dislikes Shanks, but he cares. Oh, I think he's always respected and cared for Shanks. I don't think that's ever been a situation like with Buggy and Luffy. I like him acting like him hating Buggy or Buggy hating Luffy in the beginning. It made sense. They met each other as enemies. Like they literally met each other with Luffy messing up Buggy's plan. So I get that. But when it comes to Buggy and Luffy gained Buggy's respect. And even if Buggy still act like he doesn't like Luffy, I know he likes Luffy at this point. As far as Buggy and Shanks, I think Buggy is always he's always liked Shanks and respected Shanks because of that brotherhood they have. It's just Buggy puts on this facade in this front in front of the people that he just is this harsh person and this I'm tough. I'm tough. It's a tough exterior, right? Buggy does that just to kind of, it's an image, right? It's a facade. But I believe he's always liked Shanks and respected Shanks. Then he said, Buggy was pretty happy to see Luffy and Impel Down. Yeah, probably because he's seen him as a chance to get out. And Q said, hey Joy Boy, good to see you. Y'all saying what's up to Joy Boy. Let's get into this video. The link to this video will be in the description box, so you guys go show Marshall D Preach and Wizard of Oars some love. As well as show this stream this love and some love and get them likes up. Let's get into it.
And Luffy's long-awaited reunion was much sooner than we all expected. And what if I told you that Shanks and Luffy's long-awaited reunion was much sooner than we all expected? And what if I told you that Shanks and Monkey D. Dragon have been an alliance to defeat the Blackbeard pirates and carry on Roger's will, flipping the world upside down? And what if I told you that all along it was Ben Beckman's grand plan for Luffy to eat the Nika fruit and it was him who snuck it over to him?
I'm gonna say this though, as far as when he said that Luffy and Shanks will meet a lot sooner, I disagree with that, you know, because I've had a long standing theory that I believe that Shanks will die before Luffy can give him the straw hat, you know. So yeah, I don't think that they are going to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? I think Blackbeard will kill Shanks before Luffy could give Shanks the straw hat back, which would be part of the reason why I don't think Luffy's going to ever give the straw hat back to Shanks. You know what I'm saying? I think Luffy's gonna keep the straw hat until the end of the series, right? Until he's ready to pass it on to whoever. But I think part of the reason why Luffy will never give the straw hat back to Shanks, because I don't think they'll ever get to meet for Luffy to be able to do that, because I think or they will meet, but Shanks will probably die in like Luffy's arms or something. You know what I mean? It would definitely give Luffy more reason to have to kill or have to defeat Blackbeard. Possibly kill Blackbeard. This could potentially be the first character Luffy ever at least tries to kill. Now I'm not saying he's going to kill Blackbeard, but like maybe somebody might talk Luffy off the ledge of killing Blackbeard, kind of on some Batman stuff like, Luffy, you never killed anybody, right? So I don't know if I believe that Luffy will kill Blackbeard, but I believe he will be pushed to possibly want to kill for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be dope for his character personally. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. Dealer Joy Boy say, yo guys, how's it going? I'm going to be lurking for the most part, still at work. That's all good. That's all good, Joy Boy. Just comment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to give your input and you can't give your input while you're working during the stream, just leave a comment and also put a timestamp of what you're talking about. Angel says, I expect Luffy and Shanks to meet within the next 2 years. Okay. Yeah, I don't expect them to meet at all. I think Blackbeard will kill Shanks. Let's continue.
There is so much to talk about today, and it all revolves around one man, and that is red-haired Shanks. And this all comes together towards the very end of the video, so make sure you pay attention, and trust me, you are going to want to stay tuned for the final mind-blowing reveals. So make sure you hit that like button if you want to do your part in getting this video out to more One Piece fans. And more importantly, subscribe and hit that bell like Luffy and Skypiea. Now before we get into the Dragon and Revolutionary Alliance, let's first talk about Wano and how Shanks might actually arrive in Wano very soon. Before Wano even began, Shanks spoke about how the time was coming, the time when Luffy and Shanks will finally meet, the moment that has been set up since chapter 1, and with the addition of Green Bull and Pluton and the Poneglyphs, all of this extra plot being added in with 1053, I cannot help but to feel that we could be in Wano for quite some time longer than you might have expected. If you remember when Shanks and Whitebeard met, the Gorosei and the world government were desperate to do—
he says something. He said we could be in Wano much longer than we expected. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I know somebody, because I stated that the arc was supposed to be over, but somebody corrected me, I guess, and said that Oda said the saga was over, not necessarily the arc. So that could still mean we're going to, like, that could just mean that the Wano arc just spills over to another saga, and if that's the case, I'm actually fine with that, because it leaves room to know what Kaido and Big Mom is up to and what they're going to do if they end up coming back, or if they're out of the arc for good. It is what it is. I'm not going to say what I'm not going to say what I think it is. I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know. I would hope that they come back and just Kaido tries to have one last hoorah, and then maybe Blackbeard shows up or something. I would love that, but it's possible that Kaido's going for the next, for the rest. He's at least going to be out of Wano, right? Like maybe we see him get picked up by the world government, because a lot of people think he might be ejected from the magma, whatever that magma pulled at him and Big Mom, or like maybe him and Big Mom get ejected out of that, and the Big Mom pirates are there, so maybe they pick up Big Mom and leave Kaido. Maybe they pick up Big Mom and Kaido. I don't know. Maybe the Big Mom pirates pick up Big Mom and world government picks up Kaido. I don't know how it goes, right? I don't know which way it will go if that is the case, but I kind of will still. Like, one of my biggest gripes on how Wano has ended is or like you guys know, my three biggest gripes are the fact that we didn't get no Kaido hockey awakening or a devil fruit awakening. Like one of them two, I guess. It doesn't have to be both, but at least one of them. And my other gripe is that there was no like significant Kaido flashback. You know, like I wanted a Kaido flashback. We can still get that though. It's possible we can still get that maybe in a different arc, or maybe when we figure out what's up with Kaido, right? Like it could go that way. But if we never get it, then it will kind of sour the ending of Wano for me personally. You know, I think I as far as the hockey and the devil fruit, I guess we could still get that too as well. I don't know. But yeah. Q said when Bluff will be converted, he'll awaken and his beard will turn white. He'll become enlightened. You a fool, man. You a fool. What am I supposed to be converted to? I don't get it. The Holy Alliance, is that what I'm being converted to? The Holy Alliance. Angel said, by the way, I don't see Shanks' death stopping Luffy from giving Shanks the straw hat. And then Q said, LOL, what, Angel? I think he would keep the straw hat. It was like, why would you leave such a important relic in the possession of a dead man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the straw hat is bigger than Shanks. Let's say this. Let's say Shanks was the original wearer of the straw hat, right? And Shanks was the central character of this story, you know, where everything in history revolved around Shanks, right? Like Shanks was the Roger of this story, right? And Shanks gave Luffy the straw hat. Maybe I could see Luffy giving Shanks the straw hat back, even if Shanks died. It would make sense. But the straw hat I see is much bigger than Shanks, so I don't think Luffy is going to let the straw hat's legacy stop with Shanks. Luffy's going to have to give it. He's going to have to let the straw hat legacy live on through somebody else. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I think it would be wasted to be given back to Shanks if Shanks does indeed die. Or I think it would be wasted to give back to Shanks in general, whether he doesn't die or whether he lives. I think Luffy has defined that straw hat more than Shanks has. I mean, look, literally, what is the name of the pirate crew? The Straw Hats, right? That's the name of Luffy. It's not the Luffy Pirates or the Black Hair crew. You know what I mean? Like Shanks could continue living without the straw hat, and it wouldn't do anything to his legacy. Luffy not having the straw hat and being the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, and they don't even have a straw hat, that's just weird. It's just weird. You know, people call him Straw Hat. So just imagine the man who people call Straw Hat don't even have the straw hat. I don't see that making sense. I think Luffy, the Straw Hat has kind of defined Luffy at this point and his crew. So for them to not ever have it again, like give back to Shanks and never have it, it'd be weird, in my opinion. Just saying. Let's continue.
Anything within their capabilities to keep them from meeting. And as we know, they ultimately failed, and I predict that we will see a similar situation soon, considering the fact that Luffy is now officially a Yonko of the sea. He is on the pedestal of one of these titanic pirate captains.
I wouldn't say officially, but go. Okay, maybe I will say officially. Let's continue.
And no, I'm not saying that Luffy is as strong as Whitebeard, but what I am trying to get across is the point that Luffy and Shanks meeting is one of the worst case scenarios for the Godosei at the moment, especially after seeing Kaido and Big Mom ultimately teaming up after meeting in Wano. We now have Shanks, who is a very mysterious pirate, and then Luffy, or Joy Boy, the rubber man who has a massive fleet and overwhelming ridiculous power with his devil fruit and hockey abilities, and someone who is directly responsible for invading multiple military bases. Luffy is a true wildcard, so pairing him with red-haired Shanks' political power and the high praise and connections between the two is one reason why I cannot wait for this long-awaited confrontation. We know that Oda always throws in Shanks at the end of arcs. At the end of Water 7, he met with Whitebeard, he appeared by stopping the Ward. At the end of Marineford, at the Whole Cake Island, we get Shanks and the Reverie, and even all the way back in the final chapters of the East Blue Saga, we see Shanks and Mihawk's meeting and the reaction to Luffy's bounty poster. At the very least, there will be a huge Shanks chapter coming at the end of this arc, especially with the newspapers coming in, and this means that we can finally learn what is happening in the outside world, and it's usually when we get bounty posters that we see what Shanks is really up to. This also sets up a very likely reunion between Shanks and Buggy in the final saga. I would not be surprised to see Shanks and Buggy create an alliance, or maybe they will both arrive at Laugh-Tale together, since it was Shanks.
Bro, that would be something dope to see like a reunion, like them fight in combat, right? Like a reunion of like the Roger Pirates, the two youngins of the two cabin boys of the Roger Pirates fighting together side by side as Yonko. That'd be wild. That would be wild. Angel said, I only say this because they made promise, and that promise is what makes Luffy love the Straw Hat. The only way I see Luffy keeping it is with a new promise. And that's kind of the point of why I believe that Shanks could die, because I don't see Luffy ever giving that Straw Hat back to Shanks. You know what I'm saying? And I believe the reason why he won't give it back to Shanks is because I think Shanks could die. You know what I'm saying? Or even if Shanks doesn't die, let's say Shanks doesn't die, I don't think Shanks would accept it. I think he would be like, look, Luffy. Yeah, I know I told you to give me the Straw Hat back, but I think that Straw Hat fits, or you fit that Straw Hat more than I do. Something along that line. Like, let's say if Shanks doesn't die, you know, because I'm also aware that probably won't happen. You know, I'm also aware that probably won't happen. But, you know, if it doesn't happen and Shanks does live, Blackbeard doesn't kill Shanks, I don't think Shanks is going to accept the Straw Hat back. And if Shanks does die though, that part of that promise that you said, that's part of the reason why I believe Shanks will die. Because I think the worst thing that Blackbeard is going to do to Luffy, well, I mean, maybe the second worst, besides capturing Ace and eventually leading to Ace's death, is killing Shanks before Luffy could fulfill his promise. Because then it leads to a situation where Luffy can't fulfill a promise, right? Like Luffy, like we know, like Luffy makes promises and they usually always are fulfilled. But just imagine Blackbeard, you know, it really will speak a lot to Blackbeard if he does something to where Luffy now can't even fulfill his promise. So that just it lights another fire under Luffy, because now it's like this man he's part of the reason why my brother died, right? And he also killed Shanks. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of think that history with Blackbeard and Shanks, you know what I mean, this little rivalry that they have, I think it would be a dope way to boost Blackbeard. And you know, it would be a dope way to kind of boost Blackbeard as a character if they end this rivalry with Blackbeard killing Shanks. Even if they do him dirty or whatever, you know. But that's how that's just my speculation. Pogi said, we got Pogi Biscuit in the building. Shout out to Pogi. He says, how far into the theory are we? We're still in the beginning, about 3 minutes in. He hasn't really gotten into the actual theory. He's been kind of setting it up. Angel said Buggy and Shanks will argue about which pole is colder. And Pogi says thumbs up. Or Pogi with the thumbs up. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button. I don't know if that's what Pogi meant, but I'm gonna make it mean that. And Cube said Blackbeard represent nightmares, so makes sense. Yeah, man. And there is still a tragedy that probably will happen, right? We still haven't. I mean, even though that tragedy could be Sabo, right? But I I don't know if I want Sabo to win. I think he'll be a repeat of Ace. So, but let's continue.
Who said that they would one day visit Laughtail together when they have their own crew in the future. And in my opinion, we still need to find out the real reason behind why Buggy was so upset and felt betrayed, or why he betrayed Shanks. I think there's a lot more to it than the simple devil fruit incident where we saw in Buggy's Orange Town's flashback. And knowing Oda, he might reveal a lot more of this in the future when these two former Roger pirates come together, as they are arguably the two most piratey characters in the entire series, aside from maybe Luffy, Blackbeard, and the GOAT Goldie Roger himself. So let me know in the comments, do you think Buggy being revealed as a Yonko lowers the hype of the Yonko title? Normally I would say it does, but the only problem with this is that we don't know what Buggy has done, so it's hard to say without any context, and I'm sure there will be a great misunderstanding and some kind of reasoning to why Buggy is actually a Yonko in the last 2 weeks. And now with the newspapers arriving in Wano, we will see more of Buggy for sure, and what is going on with the rest of the world, the chaotic nature of the revolutionary.
Man, why do I feel though? Like, why do I feel like Buggy could potentially become the Pirate King? As wild as that sound, I feel like if there's anybody that's like, if there's anybody who could potentially be Pirate King aside from Luffy, I know I say Blackbeard. I know I say that too, and I think Blackbeard is kind of portrayed as a candidate, right? He's kind of portrayed as a real like, when we talk about people with the highest probability of being Pirate King, I think Luffy and Blackbeard are the two prime candidates for it though. But I would think it would be a dope swerve if the least likely person, that being Buggy, is the one that actually becomes Pirate King in the end. And I could see like Luffy actually being okay with that. Like, long as he still is free, you know, like is like, long as he feels like he's the freest person in the sea, I guess I could see him being okay with that. You know what I mean? But and long as he still finds the One Piece, I think he could potentially be okay with that. But it would be funny though. It would be funny if Buggy is the one to become Pirate King. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to create that narrative out there. I'm just saying, it'd be interesting. Angel said Buggy will be the Pirate King. That would be entertaining. I will say that. I wouldn't be mad at it. If it happened, I wouldn't be mad at it. It would be funny as hell. I'd probably like, what? But it'd be funny. But Luffy will still be a Yonko, possibly. Just saying. Let's continue.
Army, who I believe may have ties with Shanks and the red-haired pirates. Now, what if I told you that it was actually red-haired Shanks who saved Sabo or faked his death? And with the possibility that Shanks has a celestial dragon bloodline, I wonder if this is the reason why Shanks is able to so freely arrange a meeting with the Godose during the reverie. Now, before I tell you about the Shanks and dragon connection, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. I have for the longest time believed that Shanks and Dragon to have huge ties, and for this to work, keep an open mind as there is limited information on both characters, but there are many connections. First, we have to look at the obvious connection between Shanks, Dragon, and Luffy, and while Luffy never cared about his father who abandoned him, Shanks is someone who Luffy looks up to and plans to surpass. Like Riley says, there are no coincidences in this world, and something that's always intrigued me is the possibility of Dragon inheriting the will of Roger just like Shanks. In Law Town, Dragon is first introduced with a Goldie Roger quote about freedom, dreams, and inherited will. And during the Roger execution, Oda decides to put in this order of importance the Warlords, then Shanks, then Dragon, and then finally Ace and Rouge. So yes, Oda is definitely hinting that Dragon has a connection with Goldie Roger, possibly inheriting his will. Is it possible that Dragon was in the Marines at one point and once trained with Garp, as we know that Garp wants Luffy and Ace to join him? Wouldn't that make it likely that Dragon did run into Roger at one point as a former Marine?
I mean, yeah, dang man, not everybody becoming Marines, right? Like I do recall a theory of Dragon possibly being a Marine, maybe marrying a celestial dragon, i.e. Luffy's mom, right? As far as Goldie Roger being a Marine, man, I can't picture that, man. Roger's attitude and his personality, like Luffy, right? Like, I feel as though Luffy and Roger both had the exact personality, right? The exact same person. I guess that's why a lot of people who knew Roger were close to Roger and they met Luffy, they like automatically like Luffy because it's kind of like he just has that same personality, like Rayleigh, Shanks. Even though Shanks met him as a kid, so I don't know if Luffy was like Roger as a kid, but at least Rayleigh though, right? Rayleigh like really kind of like Rod or Luffy, like Luffy, and kind of seen a lot of Roger in Luffy, right? So I feel as though Roger just always was a pirate and always wanted to be a pirate and never really cared to be a Marine. Kind of like Luffy, like Garp was grooming Luffy to be a Marine. He was grooming Luffy and Ace, but none of them wanted to be Marines. You know what I'm saying? I think he was kind of grooming Sabo as well, but Sabo really wasn't under Garp's care, but Garp still trained him, I guess, and still, I guess, took care of him when he's with the other boys. But yeah, I don't know if I see Roger as a Marine. I leave room for the fact that Dragon could have been a Marine. Because I think there's some people may show some good evidence of like kind of how like Akainu has a grudge against Dragon, like a personal grudge against Dragon. So I think it's possible for Dragon, but I don't think Roger was a Marine. You know what I mean? I definitely don't think Shanks was ever a Marine. I think Shanks was always a pirate. He was a pirate as a kid. I'm pretty sure he was a pirate. Between that time, him being under Roger's crew to him being a Yonko, I'm sure he's always been a pirate. Angel says Smoker's old voice actor sounds so different to the current one. I haven't noticed. Cube says I'd say Garp could have been a pirate before, at least more than Roger could be a Marine. I mean, if you go back and read the one-shot Monsters, right? Or not Monsters, if you go back and read the one-shot Dawn, what's it called? Till Dawn or Dawn's I forget the one shot, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Something Dawn. I can't remember. In that story, Garp was a pirate. Like, and matter of fact, he was the one who gave Luffy the straw hat. So, I mean, it kind of showcases that Oda kind of had an idea of Garp being a pirate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it at least crossed Oda's mind at one point. You know what I mean? Romance Dawn. Yeah, appreciate it, Q. Yeah, so in Romance Dawn, Garp was originally, and this is before the actual One Piece manga, Garp was originally a pirate. So, I mean, fundamentally, Garp was always a pirate. So I'm just saying, maybe there's something to that. Let's continue.
And with this certain hint of destiny or fate tying the Will of D members together, I would not be surprised to have this be the case. Now, when you look at the chronological order of how Shanks appears in the Goa Kingdom, a very suspicious base to have before becoming a Yonko, the home of Luffy, Ace, and Sabo, and let's not forget Dragon as well. And sure, you could say it's a coincidence, but then you realize that Dragon was shown in Goa Kingdom shortly after Shanks had left and finally headed north. And where does Dragon's base eventually end up? Well, the north.
Hey, y'all think I hate to stop it and go off on a tangent, but let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments if y'all watch this later. But do you guys think that Shanks knew Ace was in the Gold Kingdom, like when he was there. Y'all think like maybe Shanks was checking up on Ace, possibly? Like he knew Ace was Garp's, not Garp, Goldie Rogers' son, so he was keeping an eye on him, possibly. Like, let me know y'all thoughts. Like, y'all believe that Shanks was keeping an eye on Ace or checking up on him, possibly, or was Shanks there for a whole different reason? You know, Cube said, think about it. He trained Ace and Luffy, even Sabo, and all joined opposite factions to the Marines. He did, but he was training them to be Marines, though. You know, like he was disappointed that they wanted to be pirates. You know, so you know, I don't know if I say Garp was training them to be pirates or anything. Let's continue.
And we can see this by knowing where Dressrosa is located. So Garp, Shanks, and Dragon Deers are all very suspicious figures. Garp once claimed that he can never find himself to hate Roger, and you can see somewhat of a mutual respect between Roger and Garp. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Roger told Garp some secrets of the world and some things about what he learned at Laugh Tale specifically.
See? And when you look at that, like Cube, when you look at that quote, he said, yeah, I'm a Marine, but I could not bring myself to hate Goldie Roger. Like, that's what Garp said, right? So it's kind of like looking at that, it kind of tells you that he hates Marines, or he hates pirates as a Marine, right? But I believe if he had a history with Marines or pirates, he wouldn't hate pirates, you know, because he'd understand them, unless pirates did him dirty and he became a Marine. I guess if that's the case, maybe he could have been a Marine. But I think he'd be more understanding of pirates. And yes, he was understanding the Goldie Roger specifically, but that was Goldie Roger. They had a unique relationship. It's kind of like Luffy. Probably has like a level of respect to Kobe, or he has like a special relationship with Kobe and Smoker, despite them being Marines, you know. So I don't know if I think that Garp used to be a Marine or a pirate, you know. Angel said in the original version of Romance Dawn, it was still Shanks to give Luffy the straw hat, but second version is cool. Okay, didn't know that. Cube said Roger thought Joy Boy would be his son. He said it during Odin's flashback. Yeah, I remember. And that's why I'm thinking, like, is that why Ace was checking up on Ace? Or is that why Shanks could have possibly been checking up on Ace, like, at the Gold Kingdom? Because if he thinks that Ace is Joy Boy, maybe he wants to ensure that Ace is safe, you know, and fulfills his promise. But maybe he met Luffy, and he was like, I don't know, man. Maybe this kid is Joy Boy, you know. That could have been the case. Maybe he was checking up on Ace, but he met Luffy, and then he ended up believing in Luffy, you know. Q-Ball said the original one, it was Garp, and Nami was a child of pirates. The original, are you talking to Angel with that? You know, because are you saying Garp was the original to give Luffy the straw hat? Angel said Cube in the original, Nami seems to dislike pirates and its swordsmen. Let's continue.
Specifically the meaning of the Will of D. And so the next time that we see Shanks is Log Town, where we see a conversation when Dragon is first introduced as well. And it seems like he was on friendly terms with Smoker in the past. Smoker says that he hasn't seen him since that day that Roger was executed, and Dragon respects that Luffy chose the life of a pirate, showing that he has respect for pirates once again. And this is the first time that we see Red Hair Shanks again, with Mihawk giving him Luffy's bounty poster, and I like the idea that Shanks would tell Mihawk about Luffy, and this is why Mihawk was so excited to bring him the poster, and why he was so excited to see Luffy and Zoro at Baratier. It's because Mihawk...
Man, come on, man. My dog Mihawk, right? Like, come on, man. Like, Mihawk don't be getting enough credit for the type of the gall he has. Like, come on. Like, he pulled up on Shanks. On Shanks Island, right? With Shanks' crew. It's just him again. Like, if Shanks wanted to buck on Mihawk, bro, Mihawk would have been outnumbered, bro, and he would have had to deal with Shanks. So it's not like he would have had to fight Shanks. Like that's if Shanks really wanted to like kill Mihawk and have his crew help him. Like, but Mihawk just pulled up like, hey man, what up, bro? Like, what up, bro? I came to drink, man. I came to drink and talk. What's good with you? Hey man, chill with all that bucking, Shanks. You ain't gonna buck on me, bro. Like that's what Mihawk told Shanks. He said, you ain't gonna buck on me. And then, Shanks knew he couldn't buck on Mihawk though. Let's be real now. Shanks knew he couldn't buck on Mihawk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the man come to your island. He come to your island with his big ass sword and little steak knife. You know what I'm saying? And he like, hey, what up? I'm here. And Shanks like, hey man, I ain't in the mood, man. I ain't in the mood, Mihawk. What you doing here? Putting on that little front. Oh man. Q said originally Garp gave Luffy his fruit. I studied that romance on one shot. And he says Mihawk just left MH and told them to give up. You talking about Marineford? They said Mihawk a true G. Yeah, he is, man. Bro, I mean my dog just be traveling on his little boat. You know what I mean? By himself. Ain't got no crew. He ain't got no crew. But yet people be respecting him like he a Yonko or something. Let's continue.
Most likely knew exactly who Luffy was from the stories of the red-haired pirate saying that he will become a legendary pirate one day. Shanks might have even said look out for a rubber boy, and when he got the bounty he knew that he had to deliver it to Shanks. And now the final straw is the post-time skip where we have something very coincidental if you ask me. You're telling me that the exact day that Dragon and the Revolutionary Army planned to infiltrate the Reverie and announce war on the Celestial Dragons is the exact same day that Shanks scheduled the meeting with the Gorosei.
宣戦布告ですね。天竜人。
I'm just saying, knowing Shanks, I would not be surprised if there is some kind of alliance going on here between Shanks and Dragon. Very suspicious if you ask me. And so this is why I believe that Dragon could be a former Marine who could have found out many of the world's greatest taboos. And the thing is, if Dragon truly was on Garp's crew at one point, we have a situation where Dragon already may have met Riley, Shanks, Buggy, and all of the Roger pirates multiple times. So let me ask you, is it possible that Shanks, who wears the exact same hood as the leader of the Revolutionary Armies, is in some kind of alliance and saves Sabo during the disaster at the Reverie? And Shanks saving Sabo could be perfect because he knows it's Luffy's brother, and this could be an amazing reveal when Luffy and Shanks finally reunite. And alright guys, before we continue, make sure you do hit that like button. It really helps out a lot.
I could see Shanks possibly saving Sabo because Shanks was there. Shanks was at the Reverie, right? Sabo was at the Reverie, so maybe Sabo was in some type of trouble, right? Like maybe he was cornered and Shanks showed up, helped him escape or something. I don't know, but I think that's possible, right? Like maybe like Sabo saved Vivi, right? And he was trying to escape with Vivi, but it was like he got to a point where he ain't had nowhere to go. Maybe Shanks pulled up and was like, hey, I got your back. And there's a theory that Shanks has like maybe a time stopping devil fruit or something. I don't know. Now, I like to think that Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit. I would like, maybe he has some type of ability that he's created from hockey. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, hey, go check out the Understanding Hockey series if you just to kind of get a better understanding of why I think that him having hockey potentially give him an ability, right? So, kind of like a devil fruit ability. But anyway, yeah. So maybe Shanks has some ability that help him escape with Sabo and Vivi, right? That could have been the case. Cause I personally hope that Sabo didn't get caught. Cause I don't want a Ace 2.0 type of situation. Luffy having to go rescue Sabo. So I kind of would like the idea of Shanks possibly helping Sabo and saving him. Maybe creating an alliance with the revs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but yeah, I don't want another let's go save Ace again. You know, if anything, I think it should be like a save Luffy type situation. Maybe have Sabo in the revs with Shanks. You know what I'm saying? And then like maybe before Shanks meet Luffy, he die and he fights Blackbeard, and you know something along that. Like I still believe that Shanks is going to die before Luffy gives him that straw hat. I'm sticking to that theory right there. I'm sticking. I know how unlikely that. I know that it might not happen, but I'm sticking to the theory. Angel said, "Q, where did you read your one shot?" And Shanks can't say shit to someone superior. And then Q said, "A boat. The dude rides in a coffin. It's a small coffin though, still the size of a rowboat." And then he said, "I'll send it to you in this." All right, let's continue.
A lot more than you realize. There's that very random but curious cameo between Ben Beckman and Shanks in the Ace novel, where Ben Beckman analyzes Ace and says that he would be better as a revolutionary. I'm not kidding you, that's in the Ace novel. So why is Ben Beckman choosing this? Why is he looking at Ace and saying, oh yeah, he would be a perfect fit with those revolutionaries over there? Is there some kind of connection between the two camps? You gotta keep in mind that Garp said that Ace's nature was so similar to Roger, that fiery and passionate nature protecting those that he cares about. And then after Ben Beckman says this, Shanks starts smiling like an absolute insane person, saying that Ace truly knew his real name, a Will of D and Gold reference, because Ace's true name was Gold D Ace. And this overall is a crazy scene to me. I don't even know if it's canon or if you can consider it canon at the end of the day, but I would recommend going and checking out that one small cameo appearance.
Yeah, Ace's name is Gold D Ace, ain't it? Right? Like, ain't it Gold D Ace? But he I guess he more out of like the resentment he has with his father. He takes after his mother's name. I think it's something along that line, but I think his actual name is Gold D Ace. But y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I don't remember. I could be wrong. You know, maybe Oda said that was going to be his original name, but you know, he went with Porkins. I recall it, you know, I do recall it originally being Goldie Ace though, and Ace rather going with his mom's name instead of his dad's name. So yeah, I don't remember. Let's continue.
Another question is, where is Shanks' crew during the reverie? Is it possible that Ben Beckman is somehow tied to Dragon, who was stated as the moon to Shanks' son, the most intelligent character who appeared in the East Blue Saga, putting him ahead of even Dragon? If Goa Kingdom is this secret base for not only red hair pirates, but also Garp, you have this kind of thing going on here where Ben Beckman could be the middle piece between the two. After all, Ben Beckman does seem to play the uncle role to Luffy, and although we see the focus on Shanks, people tend to forget how strong the relationship was between Ben Beckman and Luffy, with Ben Beckman teaching his valuable wisdom and looking for him in a different but important way. Now,
he says some points, right, that kind of make me, and this is a little off topic, right, but he's making me really think about the importance of the Goa Kingdom. You know, I guess we don't really talk about the Goa Kingdom. Like, this is probably the most we've talked about the Gold Kingdom in like a stream, I think. And it's like, man, you look at everybody who's went to the Gold Kingdom for something, right? We know Shanks was there. We know Garp decided to leave his grandson and Ace at Gold Kingdom. We know that Dragon was there. Like what's up with Gold Kingdom being a hot spot for big name, for just big names, right? For big name people, be it Shanks, Garp, like Garp left the son of Garp left his grandson and the son of Monkey D. Dragon in Gold Kingdom, and he also left the son of Roger at Gold Kingdom. Not only, you know, in his connection with Gold Kingdom, why did he choose Gold Kingdom of all places? Like, maybe it was stated, I don't know. maybe it was stated why he left him there. You know, maybe it was because D-Don, and he trusted D-Don, so it's just like, hey, I trust her more than I trust anybody to handle raising my kids. So maybe it just happened to be the island D-Don lived on, and Garp was more just focused on leaving them with her more than the location. But still, what about Dragon? What about Shanks? You know, why is like what makes this such a hot spot? You know what I'm saying? Q said that's because the women are beautiful. Did you see Makino? Hey, you might have me right there. But they all ain't trying to get at Makino though. You know, it was just Shanks trying to get at Makino. But I guess that could at least explain Shanks on behalf of Shanks, right? Cube said D-Don is the exception to the rule. You think Garp was trying to get D-Don? That's funny, man. Like I wonder maybe if Luffy's mom is there, right? Like maybe that was Luffy's mom's home. You know, maybe she's related to D-Don or something. I don't know. Let's continue.
I have a bone-chilling theory that will definitely shock you because many people think.
Angel said we don't even know Luffy's birthplace. We don't. We know that he was raised in the Gold Kingdom because that's where Garp left him. But we don't know. We don't know where Luffy was before that. We don't even know like how Luffy ended up in Garp's care anyway, right? Like we don't know pretty much anything before Luffy or Garp dropping Luffy off with D-Don, right? Like, but there has to be a history, like, you know, from how Luffy ended up with Garp, what happened to Luffy's mom, all these things, you know. So I'm curious where like Luffy's real origin. You know, good point though, Angel. Angel said it would be interesting. It would be pretty interesting if Luffy was born in Logtown. He could have been born on like I forget that one island that the revolutionaries lived. They pretty much lived on, and then Blackbeard learned the location, and so they kind of abandoned it. He could have been born on that island. Logtown would be interesting though. Like he was born the same island that Goldie Roger was on. And then Q says, imagine if Luffy was the egg. I mean, I don't think so, but I mean that'd be wild right there. Like that'd be he'd be like in this big egg, but then it's just this small boy, right? Like I would think he'd be bigger if he was in that egg at least, you know, because usually things born in eggs usually fill out the egg and eventually burst out the egg. But that'll be weird. We got Bone Kiki or Bone Kwee. I think that's what it is. Bone Kwee in the chat. Shout out to Bone Kwee. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. He says salute fam. Hey, appreciate it. And he says supreme swords are greater than devil fruits. Supreme swords. Are you talking about like your like Mihawk's level of sword? I don't know. I don't know if I say it's superior. I guess it depends. Like how would you consider it superior? I think they're just two vastly different things to really even compare. You know, if you're like Zoro, I could see a supreme sword being superior. But if you're just like some regular schmo that doesn't use swords, I would think a devil fruit would be superior. So it's kind of like an apples and oranges situation. Like how are you comparing them? You know what I'm saying? How are you comparing them? That's my question for you. Like how are you comparing them? Angel said, I don't think the Revolutionary Army was a thing when Luffy was born since Ivankov didn't know about it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. As you could be right. You could be right. Let's continue.
That Shanks is evil or Shanks has some kind of grand plan. He's the Aizen of the One Piece world. But for me, I believe that it is actually Ben Beckman who is truly the genius behind Luffy eating Nika and this entire operation and this entire story becoming what it was. It's very clear that Ben Beckman is the true brains behind the Red Hair Pirates, and this next bit of information is something that I have not seen brought up aside from a video that I made 10 months ago or so. But now that we know that Luffy's fruit was actually Nika, this theory has an entirely different meaning, and this very suspicious detail is laid out in plain sight by Oda, so I want you to really pay close attention here. When Luffy first eats the devil fruit, Shanks and the crew are furious. You can see that Lucky Roo and Shanks' reaction as they are genuinely upset and shocked by Luffy becoming a rubber man. But in typical Oda fashion, who is the one man not shown after Luffy eats the Nika fruit? That's right, the second most important character in the Red Hair Pirates is missing from this scene. I'm not kidding, you can go and reread the first chapter, you can go watch it in the anime. Ben Beckman is completely missing from the entire scene, even though he was just standing over there talking to Luffy and Shanks just before Luffy ate the devil fruit.
I guess. I mean, it could be. It could be evidence to the theory, right? It could be, or just maybe Oda. I don't know. I kind of feel as though maybe it's a forced connection a little bit, but it could still be. But I don't know if I will personally connect them, right? I don't know if I personally connect them. Angel said, or Cube says, depends on the fruit. Yeah, I agree with Cube. It depends on the fruit, depends on the sword. It depends. It depends. It's like I don't really think there's a superior devil fruit. Like when we talk Logias, we talk Prometheus, we talk zones, and a lot of people, like when we got the whole Nika devil fruit reveal, a lot of people was trying to say, okay, I believe zones are superior to Logias or they're the superior devil fruit. But I don't think that every zone devil fruit is as good as the Nika fruit. Yes, the zone category has the Nika fruit, but I won't say that just because it has the Nika fruit, they're all superior to zones. I think it just depends. It depends on the Prometheus, it depends on the Logia, it depends on the zone. You know what I mean? It's hard to just say like one group is or one category is superior. It's like I think the Logia class by and large, on average, I think they're the superior class, but I think Prometheus, like if you look at the most OP Prometheus, I think it could be the most dangerous devil fruit ever. Like you look at Whitebeard's devil fruit, the Goro Goro no Mi, right? That's a pretty, like if you could destroy the world, that's a pretty OP ability. We'll never know if it can actually do that, but if you can, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Zones, when you look at Luffy's devil fruit, it's also ridiculously OP as well. But not every zone is like that. You know what I mean? Not every Prometheus, like some Prometheus are boo-boo, some are ridiculously powerful. You know what I mean? But Prometheus have such a vast, they're so widely, like a Prometheus could be almost anything, right? Like Logias are more defined, but because of that intangibility factor in, a lot of the other problems Logia devil fruits bring, I think if you're just talking on average, I would think Logia is the superior. But like kind of going back to devil fruits and swords, it depends, right? It just depends. Like if you're talking about like the best sword and you're comparing it to like a weak devil fruit, yeah, the sword's gonna be superior. If you're talking about like an average sword and you're comparing it with the Nika devil fruit, the Nika devil fruit is gonna be superior. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. it's hard to just say one is superior than the other in that case. Let me see. Bon Quiqui said, Mihawk would whoop Kaido. As much as I would love to believe that's true, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. You know, Mihawk's my favorite character, so hey, that's not a battle that I'm gonna sit here and fight because I would love to think that Mihawk could whoop Kaido. But I just still feel as though Kaido is still the strongest. I know he lost, but it was a lot of variables of his loss. But and it's also Luffy also becoming the strongest. So at this point, I believe Luffy's at a point where he's going to start becoming the strongest character. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I roll with that. I like that thought though. I like that thought. Cube said Kuma's devil fruit is the one fruit that could repel everything except Haki. And then Bon Quiqui said Emma is not even Supreme Sword and Zoro was able to damage Kaido with it. Yeah, I mean it's still a sword. It still purposes to cut things. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't showcase. It just says it's able to cut Kaido, right? But that doesn't mean it doesn't automatically mean Enma's just going to defeat any character that comes along. It's just Kaido allows people to cut him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the matchup. It's not like Kaido was evading the sword attacks, and it's still a sword. It's still meant to cut. You know what I mean? Just because you have a devil fruit don't mean you can't get cut by a sword, but just because you have a supreme sword, that doesn't mean you can't get beaten by somebody with a devil fruit, or you can't be killed. You know what I'm saying? Being a devil fruit user doesn't mean you can't be cut and beaten by a sword user, but having a high quality sword doesn't mean you can't be beaten and killed by a devil fruit user. It's just, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? They're just tools. They're both tools, Q said, don't undervalue Zoro's Haki. Haki plays a huge role. I agree with Cube. Bon Quiqui said, Mihawk has better Haki than Zoro. I agree with that. But it's not like Zoro was beating Kaido. It's not like Zoro was beating Kaido. He was just able to cut Kaido. I mean, like if Zoro was able to beat Kaido, then I could agree with Mihawk beating Kaido. But him being able to cut Kaido doesn't mean it doesn't equal Mihawk beating Kaido just because Zoro was able to cut Kaido. Because we don't know, like Zoro wasn't able to beat Kaido, he just was able to cut him. Bon Quiqui says Mihawk is most interesting character along with Im-sama. Hey, Mihawk is my favorite character, bro. Like I'm telling you, Mihawk is my favorite character. So I agree with you on that. I agree with you on. A lot of people might not agree with that, but I agree. Q said Mihawk is so interesting. Need to see more of him. Hey, look, I think Mihawk is capable of fighting Kaido and potentially beating him, but I don't think it's like an automatic Mihawk beating Kaido. I think Mihawk is Yonko level. Me personally, I believe that Mihawk is potentially Yonko level. So him being capable of beating me or Kaido, I agree with. I just don't think it's like an automatic type thing. Bon Quiqui says Oda needs to explain Mihawk and Shanks' backstory. I agree. And he will when he's ready to, I believe. And Cube said him and Kizaru. Yeah, Kizaru is another one of my favorite characters. Bon Quiqui says, I think Mihawk was a part of royalty. He ran from his heritage. He didn't want to become a ruler, maybe apart from Im Sama family. I kind of like that theory. I kind of do. I've said that I believe his eyes are genetic, maybe, possibly genetic. Maybe he comes from a special bloodline. Maybe it's a royal bloodline. I never actually said royal bloodline. I said he's come from a special bloodline. If it's royal, it would be dope too. It would make sense. Maybe only royal type people can get those eyes. And I've also said maybe him and Im come from the same bloodline. Im is royalty. Maybe you're onto something. Maybe you're definitely onto something. Yeah, maybe you're on something, Bon Quiqui. Q said could be they got the same eyes. Yep. Bon Qui says, or Bon says, I think Blackbeard is Earth God. I mean, if anybody's Earth God, I would probably think Green Bull because his devil fruit is literally Earth, you know. But I don't know. I don't really have many speculations on who's what God, you know. Angel says, born a fight between Kaido and Mihawk would be very different to fight against Supernova. Yeah, I think if Kaido fought Mihawk, I think Kaido would take Mihawk seriously from the start. You know, I think Kaido's downfall in this fight is he didn't really take anybody he fought seriously until like maybe the end. But like the Scabbards, he didn't take them seriously. And I'm not saying they like, you know, they did kind of do a little damage, but he was still able to fight. It wasn't like nothing that incapacitated him. But then he ended up fighting a Supernova, and he didn't take them serious. And he didn't take Luffy serious for the longest. But I think Kaido would know. I think the fact he didn't take them serious led to his eventual defeat. But I think he would take Mihawk serious from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? So it could be different. You know what I mean? That if he starts and doesn't take Mihawk serious, then I think Mihawk could come out on the winning end of that. Bond says, far as God is not Green Bull, if that was true, then Im Sama would have took away Green Bull's devil fruit. Not necessarily. If you keep the forest god close to you, you know, it'd be kind of like I don't know. We don't know Im's intention. We don't know how he is if he would have had the forest god under his command. So I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Then he says Rain God, either Monkey D Dragon or Im. Hopefully Im Sama is water user. Im, that would be cool. I don't know. I don't really have any speculations for who the rain god, the water, the forest god, and all that is. I don't really have many speculations. I think we talked about it before, so I have talked about it, but I don't really want to do much of a speculations on here. And then he says, so Wano over now Elbaf or Im reveal? Well, I don't know. A lot of people don't think we're leaving Wano just yet. So, you know, and somebody pointed out that the saga that we're in is over, not necessarily the Wano arc, but I don't really know how true that is or not. And as far as Elbaf, I don't think that's ever been like 100% confirmed to be an actual arc, but you know, it's a lot of story elements leading to Elbaf. So yes, we do believe that we'll be getting Elbaf. We got Arthur Witt in here. He deleted comment. Shout out to Arthur. Q says Elbaf should be the next one. Bond says I want to see Van Arger versus Usopp. That fight would be Hella fire. Yeah, we'll probably get that near the end. Much respect, brother. I subscribe. Mihawk the GOAT. Hey, appreciate the subscription. I don't think it ever. Oh, you must have subscribed before. I thought you just subscribed. But thank you. Appreciate it, Born. Arthur says, who still thinks Kaido is stronger than Luffy is stupid? I'm sorry. Well, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. Let's continue.
It is my belief that Ben Beckman very sneakily placed the devil fruit near Luffy, knowing he would eat it and open the chest for him. Remember, this was such a valuable fruit and it was just coincidentally sitting right next to Luffy, open, ready for him to eat. And with Ben Beckman mysteriously vanishing in the very next scene, I believe that this is Oda trying to hide a smirk or a reaction from Ben Beckman. If we saw this, it would give way too much away. But in the same sense, Oda is leaving us with a tiny, almost unnoticeable clue that could potentially blow our minds if this is ever revealed in the future and we get a replay and it shows that Ben Beckman wasn't there all along. And if Oda is really planning to reveal this and planning this from day one, I honestly don't even know what to say, because this is mind-bending foreshadowing. So it makes me bring up the question once again, where was Ben Beckman during the reverie? Where was Shanks' crew during the entire event? What if Ben Beckman and the red hair pirates actually helped them escape? And I think it's safe to say that at the very least, Ben Beckman could deal with Fujitora or maybe Green Bull, and there's also Shanks, and let's not forget about the Sniper King, Yasop, and Lucky Rube. If they were really hidden in Mary Joa waiting for Shanks, they might have been willing to help Sabo since he is Luffy's brother. If they're in an alliance with the Revolution,
yeah, we gotta get a reunion between Usopp and Yasop. We definitely gotta get a reunion. I want to see him do like a little when we get a reunion, I want to see him do like a little competition, you know, like a little sniper competition. You know, like that could be kind of their way to measure how Usopp stacks up against his father. You know what I'm saying? Then like maybe have Usopp win. I think that'd be dope to have Usopp win that, right? Like he impresses his father by winning, right? Iga says, Arthur, you're wrong. Kaido is not stronger than Luffy. Ask Oda about it. And as you can see, Kaido is down. I think y'all agree with each other, Iga. I think he's saying like he's saying that Luffy is stronger than Kaido. That look like what you saying, that Kaido is stronger than Luffy. I don't know. Y'all can argue among that. I don't really care to argue that. Bond says, what if Buggy found Captain John's treasure? He did have like a map to it, I think, so he should have possibly found it. Then he said, facts, Luffy's new form is too OP for Kaido. And then Q said, Buggy needs to find this treasure. Yeah, I don't know if he found that. And then I gotta say, and if you think that Whitebeard is stronger than Roger, the answer is in the book Road to Laughter. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say anything about Roger and Whitebeard. Bond says, what if Captain John's treasure is also needed to find the One Piece? I don't think that would be the case. I think, you know, I mean, if he had, if his treasure contained like maybe like a what are they called, the compasses, a log post or whatever, a log post, then maybe, but I don't think that's the case. Arthur said, I said Luffy is stronger. What are you talking about? And Iga says, do you think that Fujitora and Ryu Kuguyu are against the world government? I think there's something between MD Dragon and Fujitora and Ryu Kuguyu. Are they against the world government? Man, y'all asking some random questions today. I don't know. I don't think they're Are you saying are they against or agents of the world government? I don't think they're against it. At least I don't know. We don't like. I mean, we don't. I mean, Fujitaro is he's like loyal to the Marines. So I mean, I haven't seen anything to make me think that he's against the world government. Green Bull, we just kind of got a reveal. We don't really know much about him. I can't really say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Bond says Rocks must have been like Floyd Mayweather of One Piece, like undefeated. Maybe I mean I think he lost to Roger, so I don't think he'd be like undefeated like Floyd at least. So yeah, I don't think so. Let's continue.
Revolutionaries, this could be even another reason. Now, the final reason why I believe that Shanks has to meet Luffy now is because the government might just declare war on Luffy, the revolutionaries, and the red hair pirates. I go into greater detail in a past video, but people have been asking why the Golden State did not go after Luffy from the jump. Well, I believe that Shanks actually negotiated a deal with them, and he would help them keep balance within the Yonko and Emperors if they stayed away from Luffy. And so killing Luffy would be like declaring war on the red hair pirates if this was to ever happen. Now, when we see that Luffy meets Shanks and possibly Dragon, it makes you wonder who is their common enemy. Well, the common enemy between Dragon and Shanks has always been Blackbeard. Another reason for a possible alliance, but Luffy in the end will be the one to defeat Blackbeard. We know that Blackbeard attacked the revolutionaries and that he was looking for their base for some time. We also know of a past history between Shanks and Blackbeard, with Shanks claiming that the scar on his face hurts more than getting his arm torn off by a fish. And so to make this all come full circle, Blackbeard will challenge Luffy for the throne of the Pirate King, and he is also responsible for the Marineford saga, starting with him capturing Ace to become a warlord. In a way, Blackbeard is partially the reason for Ace's death. If Shanks is ever willing to turn against the Golden State after finding out that they are targeting Luffy since he is Joy Boy, we could see an alliance between Dragon, Shanks, Luffy, and even Garp. And this alliance could obviously extend to many other characters, but these might be the final leaders of the alliance heading into the final war saga. Garp told us the truth about how he keeps in regular contact.
I think Garp. I think Garp retired, man. I think he's like out of the game. I don't see him like doing much from here on. You know, I don't see him like joining no alliance or helping the Marines or helping the Revolution. I think Garp did good. I think he's done. He made an impact and did stuff for his time and everything. So he's just like, look, I'm gonna let the youngins hash all this stuff out. Like him, guys like maybe Sengoku, possibly Rayleigh. You know, Rayleigh seemed like he's still willing to be active though. Like Rayleigh seemed like he's still willing to fight. So I don't know. Rayleigh might come back to be active again as well. So that could be the case. But I think Garp's done. I think Garp is done. Bond says, what if only the user of the Yami Yami fruit can take other devil fruits? I mean, that's possible. That's possible. Maybe that fruit gives it a extra ability. You know, like I kind of like one of my speculations about the Yami Yami no Mi is I believe it could be like the twin devil fruit, the twin brother of the Gumu Gumu no Mi. So you know how like we learned that it's the Hito no Mi Nika, sun god Nika. I believe it could be like the moon god, like Hito no Mi moon god. Like if you look at them, they're very like they look just alike, right? And then when you look at Luffy and Blackbeard, they're both kind of like they're like the chosen ones. Like both Luffy and Black, they're the two candidates to the One Piece, the two top candidates to the One Piece in to being Pirate King. So I feel as though another way Oda is going to kind of make this connection between Blackbeard and Luffy is through the devil fruits. Because if you look at it, bro, the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gumu Gumu no Mi look similar, right? It's just the leaves on the fruit look different in the stem. One of them has like a stem, the other one has like a little like leaf coming out of it. So if we come to find out that devil fruit is indeed special, like, you know, like that special, maybe it gives it an ability to eat other devil fruits as well, like eat more, you know. But I don't know. I kind of think that the reason why Blackbeard could eat devil fruits, eat multiple devil fruits, I think that's more on his uniqueness of his body, you know, playing to him possibly having multiple personalities or souls living in him. But yeah, I think I don't know. It could be the devil fruit or it could be like his unique body. Bond says darkness fruit is OP as F. Marshall D. Shiesty. Aga says loyal, but he hate how world government is ruled in the world. Fujitaro never did what Akainu ordered. Even Green Bull. We've seen it in the last chapter. I think Fujitaro might potentially go against the world government. Like, I kind of have a theory that the Marines could split in two, right? Like they could potentially split into two factions. Like you have one faction that still is loyal to the world government, and then maybe another faction led by Sword that goes against the world government at the end of the series, right? And maybe I could see Fujitaro possibly being on the rebel Marines, right? Kobe, Smoker, possibly Aokiji, even though he's not within the Marines no more, but you know, he might work with him or something. Possibly Sengoku and Garp, but I think they're like going to be retired, so maybe they might just sit it out. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but I know a lot of people going to hate this. Possibly Akainu. And the only reason why I'm saying possibly Akainu is because we know he has a sword tattoo, right? And it's like, why would he have a sword tattoo? He's not a swordman, right? He could be part of sword. That could mean he's part of sword. Maybe he's not, right? Maybe he's not. But I also realize Akainu is also getting frustrated with the world government as well. Like, he gets frustrated every time he talks to him. So maybe he might actually work against them. Now, how does that work with the whole Luffy wanting revenge for Ace and Akainu end up being part of Sword, who's like the allies to the pirates? So now it's like Luffy has to be allies with Akainu. How does that work? I don't know. You know, that's like right there. That's like the one thing that kind of contradicts my theory, right? So, you know, but yeah, I think Kizaru would be loyal to the world government. You know, I think he might end up having to, like, let's say if Akainu turns out to be part of Sword and he end up working with the allies, I think Kizaru might end up having to like potentially kill or try to kill Akainu. You know what I'm saying? What you guys saying? Arthur says true, but darkness fruit is greater than Nika fruit though. I don't know if I say that. If come to find out that the darkness fruit is like the Nika fruit and having like a different identity, right? And being possibly the moon god devil fruit, to where the Nika fruit is the sun god devil fruit. It could be greater. It could be. But I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, darkness is a dope devil fruit though. But Bond says Blackbeard is the realest pirate in the show. His crew don't fight fair. They are savages. Big facts that make sense. Moon God and Sun God. Yeah, I've said that before plenty of times about Blackbeard being like the most piratey pirate in One Piece. Like, it's just a bunch. It's like most of the pirates in One Piece aren't that piratey. You know, they're good people, and Blackbeard does some pirate stuff, like betray. Like, he betrays crew members, and Yeah, you're right. Arthur says, "Nah, I wouldn't like it when all Marines start to turn against the government. Green Bull will fight for Akainu till the end. Suicide with Akainu at the river." I think Green Bull might be like loyal to the government. I don't think his personality is like he's trying to please Akainu. I think it's more like he tries to please whoever's above him, right? So he wants to please Akainu because he's above him in the hierarchy, right? The pecking order. But the world government, he's probably more willing to appease them than he is Akainu, you know. Uh uh we're gonna finish this video and then I'll get to your guys' chats. Cause we only got like a minute left in this video.
With Dragon at Water 7 after saying how Dragon saw you off at Lawtown. So why does Garp know this? Why is he talking to Dragon? It's very suspicious, and you might say, okay, well, it's his son. But at the end of the day, Dragon is the leader of a criminal revolution. And this brings us to the idea that Garp could be potentially a member of a sword, maybe even the leader, but that's an entirely separate video for another day. And I think it's more than fair to expect a massive Shanks chapter in the—
Yeah, I think that's fair though, to predict that Garp is the leader of Sword. And I honestly think Sengoku might play a part in Sword as well, but he might play more of a hands-off approach. Like, you know, but I feel like Sengoku, he does stuff to appease the higher ups, but I do think he's the type that would like also secretly work against the world government, or you know, like work with Sword, or run Sword like secretly. Like Garp would be the figurehead, but I could see like Sengoku possibly being the founder of it. And or maybe he just, you know, he might even be aware of Sword's existence, but just kind of like don't ask any questions, just let him operate. Like let's say if he's not part of Sword. So, but he might be aware of the existence of them and understand like they're necessary for the Marines. You know? Let's finish this.
the foreseeable future, and I also think that it's fair to predict that Shanks will be on the move soon, but let me know, how much longer will it be before we get the long awaited meeting between Shanks and Luffy? And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button and skyrocket this channel into the YouTube algorithm, and hit that notification bell to be noticed when we do drop future videos. And if you do want to continue on this journey to uncover the mysteries of the One Piece world, make sure you click on one of these two videos.
All right, man. Y'all go show Marshall D Preach and Wizard of Oars some love. Let me hit this, make sure I like it. Yeah, the link to this video is in the description box, so y'all make sure y'all go to the original video and yeah, show them some love, you know. Like the like the video and go subscribe to their channel as well. All right, so what you guys talking about? Arthur, I read that one. Bond says they say Blackbeard never sleeps; he's always woke. Yeah, I think that has something to do with like my theory. Like, and when I say my theory, I'm not saying like I originated the theory. It's just the theory that I believe. That's why I say my theory. I believe, like, my theory is that Blackbeard has multiple personalities or multiple souls. I've said that a million times. And if that's the case, then like every time like he sleeps, one of the other souls are like in charge, right? Like they're in control of the body, you know. I think one of those souls could potentially be Zebek as well, like Rock Z Zebek. I think that's why like Blackbeard is always ahead of everybody else, because he has the soul of Zebek living within him, kind of coaching him, right? Like, what's the best way to get information than somebody who's done it all, right? Somebody who almost accomplished being the king of the world. And it always seems like Blackbeard is ahead of everybody else. Like, it would make sense if Zebek was the one kind of in his head, literally and figuratively, telling him what to do. You know, like, hey, we need to get we need to get the Yami Yami no Mi, You know, it's a very special devil fruit. You know, I think that's what I think. You know, Marshall D Preach in the building. He said, "Yo, it's good, Bluff." Hey man, shout out to Marshall D Preach. Hey, hey man, we good, man. We back at it. You know, I was going for like 2 weeks, and now I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make these videos, these streams consistent. I'm trying to. I'm about to evolve my channel as well and try to do different types of topics and stuff. You know, that's the plan for the channel. Possibly do some interviews, you know, maybe get some YouTubers like you guys, you know, with some interviews. Preach says, I read the wrong translation. It makes it seem like Dragon talked to Garp about seeing Luffy. Someone pointed out to me that Smoker probably told him. Oh, like, oh yeah. I think that was the case. I think Smoker was like, yeah, I met your grandson and your son. Like, he saved your grandson. I met your son. He saved your grandson. Bond said, it'd be funny if Mihawk was the leader of Sword. Like, their logo is Yoro, right? Like, Yuri or whatever. That would be pretty funny. Preach says, I want to see Kizaru fight Ben Beckman in the final war. I mean, that could have been like a foreshadowing, like in Marineford when they squared up. But I kind of think that I think Oda has something big for Kizaru, right? Because Kizaru has like his justice is like unclear, or is it lazy justice? It's like something like that, right? And Kizaru is the type that like just he's like takes orders, right? Like, he doesn't really question things. He's a type that just, he's a great follower. He's a great like guy to like to follow, right? That he's a great follower, right? A great soldier. And when you look at Akainu, I think Akainu is a little rebellious, I would say. Like, he questions a lot of what the Gorosei says. So I personally think there may be a situation where Akainu actually turns against the world government and Kizaru is forced to have to take out Akainu, right? I think something like that is Kizaru's purpose. He's kind of forced to have to handle Akainu, you know, at the end of the later in the series. You know, I think I talked about that before, so I probably have a better explanation of that theory somewhere. Arthur Witt says, nah, Sanji versus Kizaru must happen. I will bet money on that. That's always been like the general consensus of early One Piece, that Aokiji will fight Zoro, Luffy will fight Akainu, Sanji fights Kizaru. I don't know if I believe that per se, you know, especially now. Aokiji's not even part of the Marines no more. Bond says, what if the Gorosei gave the admirals their Logias? What if the Tree of Eden, Devil Fruit, Eve, I think you mean Eve, Devil Fruit tree is in the Castle of America? I think that's the case, man, because as far as Eve, the tree Eve, I think it's pretty much confirmed that it's in Mary Joa, because the roots of the tree is what gives Fishman Island sun or sunlight, you know, artificial sunlight. So the tree is on top of the red line at least, and we know Mary Joa is also above Fishman Island too. So yeah, and as far as the world government giving the Logias the admirals their Logia devil fruits, I think that's been heavily speculated as well. You know, because they have access to the Eve tree. You know, and a lot of people believe that the devil fruits come from the Eve tree and the Adam tree. You know, Preach says, facts, Blackbeard's the most piratey. Because I say he's the most piratey pirate. I mean, he is though, man. Like he's out there betraying people, pillaging, stealing, bruh. That's why I like Blackbeard. Honestly, that's why I like Blackbeard, because he sticks to what you look at as a pirate. Cube says, preach converting people into the alliance. Bond says, what if Buggy was the one to keep the One Piece treasure in the end of the series? I said something like that. I was like, what if Buggy is the one to become Pirate King at the end of the series? I said that like earlier this stream, like a little jokingly, but I could see it happening. He's always like going up, you know. Since Roger and his crew found it, but because of Buggy's illness, him and Shanks stayed back. Then Q said, for sure, Blackbeard doesn't have the darkness fruit we all think he does. Yeah, it could be more to that fruit, man. It could be. Bond says, yo, what if Blackbeard recruited both Kaido and Big Mom like how Rocks did? Since they no longer are Yonkos, they will listen to Blackbeard to get revenge and find the treasure together. I seen a fan-made chapter where Blackbeard actually recruited Kaido. It was, the chapter was like, what if Blackbeard went the Marine forward instead of Shanks? Like, what if he didn't make that agreement with Shanks and he went the Marine forward and Shanks didn't, right? And it talk about like him meeting Blackbeard there, and then eventually him and Blackbeard meet up. So yeah, I don't know. As far as him and Big Mom working under Rocks, see, I have a different thought with this whole Yonko situation. I don't believe that the newspaper or Big News Morgan dictates who the Yonko are. And I know they were defeated, but I still look at it as Big Mom and Kaido are going to see themselves at Yonko. Like, they're going to still, they not going to look at the newspaper and say, well, Big News Morgan say we're not Yonko no more, so we're not Yonko no more. No, they're like, yo, screw this, what this bird said. I'm still I'm still who I am, right? Like, so I don't see Big Mom and Kaido just laying down and just like accepting what Big News Morgan said in that newspaper, and then be like, well, we might as well go work for Blackbeard. So I don't think that's how that's going to happen. I don't think Big News Morgan dictate who like officially dictate who Yonko are and aren't anyway, you know. I do believe that Luffy is qualified to officially be Yonko at this point, though. Buggy, not really, but you know, I get it. I get what Oda's doing. So, you know, it is what it is. Q said Kaido is only interesting in Joy Boy, unless he believes Blackbeard is Joy Boy. I don't see it. No, I think Kaido thinks Luffy is Joy Boy. He literally said Joy Boy is the person who defeats me, right? And Luffy defeated Kaido at the end of the day. So I think he believes Kaido is Joy Boy, or Luffy is Joy Boy. Bond says, I think Blackbeard will defeat Kizaru since darkness absorbed light. I don't think that's the case. I don't even think they're going to fight. I don't think they have a reason to fight. I mean, I get the matchup, I really do, but I don't think they really have a reason to fight. You said Blackbeard will put Kizaru in the Shadow Realm. And then Q said Kizaru's fast enemy who's got a link to the science division. I can see Kizaru versus Sanji. Angel said, I wonder if Luffy, Zoro. I think Kizaru will fight Sanji before I believe he's gonna fight Blackbeard. And I don't fully believe he's fighting Sanji either. But I think it's more likely he'll fight Sanji than he'll fight Blackbeard. Angel says, I wonder if Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji will even be worried about fighting Marines during the final battle. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm not even sure if they're going to be fighting Marines, because like they're not like Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji's not going to fight everybody. They're not fighting Blackbeard's crew, the admirals, whoever the world government, like the Gorosei and Eam. I don't think they're going to fight all these guys. Like other people are going to have to fight characters. So I don't think Sanji's final fight is Kizaru. I think his final fight could be either Blackbeard's crew or somebody in the world government, maybe one of the celestial dragons or something, like earlier, like before we knew about Eam and everything, I probably would have agreed. And when Aokiji was still part of the world, the Marines, I would have agreed that Sanji would fight Kizaru. Q says, depending on how Blackbeard really worked, since it's not exactly gravity darkness. It kind of does work like gravity. He was able to pull in all those buildings on that island him and Ace fought on. He was able to suck them in like a black hole and then like spew them out. So it kind of does. Bond says Marco and Rob Lucci should have been in Kaido's crew. I don't know why they should have. Arthur says Kizaru versus Blackbeard makes zero sense at this point. Even when they would fight, we wouldn't see that because we only see full fights of the Straw Hats or the Grand Fleet members. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't think it makes sense other than the fact it's a bad matchup for Kizaru. That's the only reason that's the only reason why I could see them fighting, just to say, oh, darkness beating light. But story purposes, I don't see that happening. I don't see how that would make sense. And then Arthur says, nah, Kaido is not joining Blackbeard. It wouldn't make sense when he fights against the Straw Hats. That would be stupid, redundant. If anything, I would see Blackbeard wanting to take Kaido's Devil Fruit. But I don't see Kaido joining Blackbeard either. I don't see why. Like, I don't see it. Like, maybe a temporary alliance. Like, let's say if Kaido and Big Mom come back into the story later. Like, let's say if they get shot out this volcano, right? And the Big Mom crew pick up Kaido and Big Mom. Or let's say they pick up Big Mom and the world government picks up Kaido. And then Kaido escapes. And then we see him later. Maybe they make like a temporary alliance with Blackbeard. But I don't see him joining Blackbeard's crew, you know. Bond says, how strong is Big News Morgan? Does Big News Morgan have Conqueror's Haki and Supreme? He doesn't have a sword, at least. I think if he had a sword, we'd see him with a sword. I don't think Big News Morgan is strong. I think he's capable of defending himself, as we've seen him fight like a CP agent. Like, I don't know if he was CP9 or like one of the weaker. If he was CP9, we could at least say he's strong enough to beat CP9. So he's at least stronger than Enies Lobby Luffy, I would say. But and that's if those CP9 agents are as strong as Rob Lucci and his crew, you know. Archer says, nah, Morgan's is hot garbage and fighting. I I mean, he was able, like I said, he was able to beat that CP agent. You know, I think he was a CP9 agent. So if he was a CP9 agent, you gotta at least scale him at like CP9 level. You know, so you would have to. Now I'm not saying like all CP9 agents are equal, right? But you know, it's been established that they're strong, right? Like they're very, very strong, capable of fighting like Luffy and like Zoro. Like even the weaker CP9 agents were pretty tough, right? Like they could fight Luffy. I'm not saying they're gonna beat Luffy, but they'd give him a tough fight. So if all CP9 agents at base level or like let's say take the weakest CP9 agent back in this lobby, I think that one guy who got defeated by Sanji on the train or something, I think he was the newest CP9 agent and he was kind of weak. You know, like Sanji beat him pretty easy. So like maybe if that CP9 agent, I'm not sure if he was CP9 agent, but maybe him, you take him and you say that him and the guy who Big News Morgan punched are equal, then I guess you would just have to scale him around that level, you know. But I don't know. I don't know how I would scale that CP agent who Big News Morgan knocked out. He seemed pretty weak. You know. But I don't know what CP agency he was part of. Let me see what you guys saying. Now Morgan is how Arthur with for real. Cube said I was responding to the comment saying Kaido should join Blackbeard's crew, why I said unless Kaido believes Blackbeard is Joy Boy, it's not happening. I got you. But I don't think Kaido wants to join Joy Boy. I think he wants Joy Boy to defeat him, which he is what he got, right? That's what he got. Bond says, since there are different variations of devil fruits like fire and magma, would there be another devil fruit similar to Sugar's hobby devil fruit? Possibly Eam Sama has a stronger variation to his power. I don't think there's a different variations to every devil fruit. I think like certain devil fruits kind of warrant, because like fire, there's different variations of fire and there's different variations of water, you know. So like Foxy's devil fruit, like Prometheus, I don't think there's, you know, many different variations with Prometheus. Like maybe some Prometheus, but I don't think like every Prometheus has different variations. So and the hobby devil fruit is a Prometheus, so I don't know if there would be a different variation. Cube said Blackbeard's devil fruit act more like the sea, a dark sea. He only affects devil fruit users, but can absorb people who can find themselves in his darkness. Only devil fruit users get attracted towards. Adam says, I'm super late for this one. I'm going to have to catch it all on rewatch. Yeah, we about to wrap this stream up in a bit anyway, Adam. But hey, welcome. Q said the sea is the darkest area on Earth. The deep sea. Yep, that's true. Angel says, I don't want to see Kaido again unless he's in Sea Stone Cuff. Okay. Bon Kiki says, Bluff, do you honestly believe that there will be a Water Logia devil fruit later on in the series? No. There may be a devil fruit that, not like a Logia. I don't think there will be a Logia water devil fruit. Maybe like a zone devil fruit that can manipulate water, but I don't think it's gonna be a low, cause then you're just kind of, cause then that's like a, I don't know. I don't think so. Could it be? Possibly. If there is, I would think Eam would probably have it, but I don't believe that there's a water Logia. Arthur says, nah, that was a random CP agent, not even CP9 or C. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought they say he was a CP agent, but I wasn't sure if they say he was a CP9 agent. I know he's not CP0 though. He said this guy was as strong like a regular soldier, so Morgan's 100% weak. I mean, at the very least, he's strong as like a CP agent. You know, so he's stronger than a normal human, or he's stronger than your average soldier, I would say. All right. Where y'all at? Adam says CP agents seem to at base level at least have perfect timing. LOL. Maybe from taping all the communications of the world. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's strong. I'm just saying he's like, I'm not saying he's strong relative to like a lot of characters that we've seen, but you know, you you have to scale him at least to like a Marine, you know, or like a special intelligence agent, you know. So he's stronger than like most average people you'll come across in the world of One Piece. But like, is he like fighting like Chopper? Is he beating Chopper? I don't think so. Or is he beating Usopp? No. You know, like, no. Bond says Big News Morgan the very, very strongest. He said music in the background. Big News Morgan, nothing happened. And Angel said great stream. Q says perfect stream. And then we got Elson Jackington. Shout out to Elson Jackington. Welcome to the stream. He says Kia or Q. I've got a name for that one. And he says, hey, Kia or Ora. LOL, sorry, autocorrect. And Cube says hit him up in the Discord. Yeah, man. It's been a great stream, man. This really has been a great stream. Hey, shout out to everybody who showed up. We pretty much done the video, so I don't really have much to expand on the video anymore. I do believe that there could potentially be a alliance with Shanks, Buggy, and Luffy, possibly. Right? I don't know if I think this was something Shanks been planning, but I think it's possible for an alliance, right? But yeah, so tomorrow we will be at it again. I might do a Par Vision video because he wanted me to do a video. I just gotta figure out what video he wanted me to do. And as far as Sunday stream, I think I'm gonna do a trivia contest. This contest or this trivia will probably be focused mostly on Wano. I mean, I might have some other like non-Wano stuff just to kind of, you know, throw some of you guys off. You know what I mean? I might still keep some non-Wano stuff, but it will probably mostly be Wano focused, right? So yeah, guys, y'all might want to brush up on your Wano history. I'm gonna do a give. I'm gonna do like a gift. There's gonna be like a prize. There's gonna be a prize for this contest. I might make it 2 prizes, right? I might make it 2 prizes this time. So definitely y'all make sure y'all are there for Sunday's stream. I'm gonna need some volunteers, probably like, I don't know how many yet. Maybe between 3 and 5. I'll definitely let you guys know probably Saturday on the Discord. So make sure you guys are on the Discord because you have to be part of the Discord. The Discord is in the description box. You have to be part of the Discord if you want to be a part of the trivia, right? So yeah, so yeah. Cube said also Big News Morgan must have decent level of fighting to be able to survive. Consider how much he pissed off the Gorosei. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Elson says, just at work, glad I was able to catch the last of the stream. It's all good, man. I appreciate you catching it, right? And then LaJoy Boy said, time to read the entire series before Sunday. Hey, I mean, the arc should be more fresh in your guys' mind, so maybe y'all do a little better, right? But I'm gonna still probably throw some rando questions that have nothing to do with Wano. So there's that as well. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate everybody who showed up in the stream. Let me shout you guys out. Shout out to Q. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to LaJoy Boy. Shout out to Pogi Biscuit. Shout out to Bon Kui Kui. Shout out to Arthur Witt. Shout out to iGuide. Shout out to Marshall D. Preach. Of course, shout out to him. The link to his video is in the description box, so y'all go show him some love. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Elson Jackington. And yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys for showing up today. It was a great stream today. I will say that. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out. Also, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you guys know when I go live. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you're looking for a One Piece community to be a part of, we have the Discord and we have the Facebook group. All of them will be in the description box below. The Discord is going to be the best place for you guys to send me content, right? You send me content that you want me to react to. We have a submission channel. And if you want to be a part of the trivia contest that I am doing Sunday, make sure you are part of the Discord in order to be eligible, right? So bam, bam, bam. Anyway, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. See you guys tomorrow. And tell me what you thought of the stream in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Throw some timestamps in there so I know what you're talking about. Because if I don't know what you're talking about, I may not be able to address your disagreement the way you want me to. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all have a good evening. I'm out of here.